this series, it's going to be about the spoon theory because I think it's an important concept to know about if you're talking about chronic illness. So spoon theory is there to kind of make it a more tangible way of understanding the amount of energy a person has when they have chronic illness. If you don't have one, it kind of feels like you have a limitless supply of spoons and that you don't have to think about, if you do this thing, how much energy will it take from you and how much will that leave you later on in the day, and will you be able to make it throughout the day. Whereas with a person with chronic illness, they do have to think about that because they do not have as much of an energy supply to do daily things, and it causes a problem, and it's hard to explain why you can't go hang out with friends for a while, or can't, like, if you're old enough, go out and get a drink with your buddies, or just do these things that seem normal, but to a person with chronic illness, they're very hard and energy consuming things to do. So I'm going to show you what my typical day of energy spoonage is like, and do note that it can change every day, that it's not a consistent thing, or it may not be, and some days it will be. It's a touch and go thing, but just this is the typical day. And so when I wake up in the morning, I have 12 spoons. To wake up and go to the bathroom and brush my teeth and do all that, it takes 1 spoon. So that's already gone. I already now have 11 spoons, and I've just woken up and brushed my teeth. Then take away another spoon because I have to get dressed and put on makeup and do my hair, and that takes 1 spoon of energy. So I haven't even left my dorm yet, and I have lost 2 spoons already, and I'm at 10. I then have to take a spoon away for all the walking that I do in a day. And so it's walking to school, walking to work, walking to get food, just all the walking that can happen that takes an energy, and so that takes away 1 of my spoons. So I'm at 9 spoons now, and it's not that far into the day. Now for classes, I have to take away 3 of my spoons. So 1/3 of the energy that I have left, I have to take away for classes. And that can be a problem, and sometimes I can't make it to all my classes because I just know that the energy is not there, or that I need that little bit of energy that I'd save for something else because there's something else a little bit more important that day. And that can be frustrating, but these 3 spoons, they're gone. I'm now down to 6. The next spoon goes away because I have to eat, and in that eating, especially right now, that involves going with someone to eat, and that means that I have to be engaged in a conversation and be conscious of all these things, and I can't zone out. And even then, just eating takes an amount of energy, and so this spoon is gone as well. So now I'm at 5. I work in my university's library, and I work for 12 hours a week, and so in the days that I work, I'm taking these 2 spoons out of my energy because I have to work, and my shifts are 3 to 5 hours long, which again may not seem like a lot to a normal person, but for people with chronic illness, that could be rough. And so those 2 spoons are gone. I'm now down to 3. Even though I've gone to classes and gone to work, I still have to do homework or study for exams or do all these other things, and so these 2 spoons of energy, they're gone. I'm now down to 1 spoon. And this spoon can be used for various things, but it can only be used once. And after this, I'm out. There is no more getting it. Now, this spoon can either be used for spending time with friends, hanging out with them, and trying to be social, or it could be cleaning up my room, or showering. That takes energy too. It can be used for all these things, and whatever I choose to use it on that day, it's gone. So that's that. I'm out of spoons. I can't create more spoons to do more things. It's done. I'm out. I don't have any more energy. And sometimes that's a hard concept to grasp, and I understand that. And so that's why I really enjoy the spoon theory, because it kind of makes it a more visual and tangible thing that when you are out, you're out. You can't do anything else. And that's why I think it's a really important thing to discuss and to have the knowledge of when you're dealing with someone with a chronic illness. The disclaimer for this is that that's just my typical day. That is my personal day. And that everyone else's is different, and they may have more spoons, they may have less spoons. They may use more spoons to do homework, or use more spoons to go to work, or they may use less. It's up to every single person and their own body and their own problems, but it's at least a concept that you can understand, and I hope that my showing of my spoons and how I spend them generally kind of helps it make it more understandable of a concept. As much as I really love this theory and concept, I probably didn't do as much justice as I could have. And I found a blog, and I think it even might just be the original creators of this theory's blog, and it just beautifully explains how the idea came about and how she described it and how it hit home with the friend that she was explaining it to, and how the friend didn't really understand the concept until the spoons were being taken away. And so I really do encourage you to look at it, and I'll link it down in the description. And if you have time to, I suggest looking at it because it is really well written and described and just very understandable to read. Well, that's the end of this video. If you have a loved one who has chronic illness, I hope that this maybe helps you understand why they might not be able to hang out as much as you'd like or as for long as you'd like. And if you're a person with a chronic illness, I hope that maybe if you weren't understanding why you didn't have as much energy as you used to or as much energy as you'd like, I hope that this is a way that you can understand it and then share it and help your loved ones understand as well. Because it is a frustrating thing when you want to do things but you just don't have the energy to do it and you just don't know how to describe it or explain it. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye!